Greetings, greetings, greetings all on this fine afternoon. Or what time is it? You know what? This is still in the AM. Grand Rising, folks. So I have several things going on. And one of them, I just had an idea given to me by a fellow local creator. Henry from Rochester. Yes. So, my idea, I don't believe it was totally his idea. It was a thought from his idea. So I should say that. So, my idea, here it goes. Find creators, other creators, no matter how big or small your platform is. Well, Candide, I only have 2 viewers. I have 1 viewer. I don't care. I have 2 million viewers. Lovely. Bring all your 2 million viewers to me. What do I want to do? I want to collaborate. If you are watching this, you very well know all the multiple things that I'm interested in. Okay? This particular collaboration would be for the 100,000 signature challenge. Okay? Do you have a story that you may want to jump on this live with me? Okay? I am going to give some minutes. Okay. So what is the 716? What is the 100,000 signature challenge? Well, there are thousands. I didn't count it. I'm just guesstimating. There are a lot of people out there suffering with struggling to maintain their homes. There are people who are hoarders. There are moms suffering from postpartum psychosis, postpartum depression, postpartum psychosis, and a lot of those moms, their homes are in disarray. I was one of those mamas. Yeah. After the birth of each and every one of my children, my house suffered. It was to the point where I said it on almost every live where I talk about this. My house was so messy. Pause that, Ayana. Pause that. Okay. My house was so messy where it was a mess. It was to the point where I would forget whether or not I showered or brushed my teeth the previous day, or when was the last time I brushed my teeth or showered. I couldn't give you an exact date or time. It was to the point where one single meal would be my entire meal for the day while I was a nursing mom. And that meal oftentimes, a lot of times, was ramen noodles. So if my personal hygiene and my diet was that horrible, a dish wasn't getting washed, the floor wasn't getting swept, the good thing, I would say, would be with my youngest. My older 2 were able enough to make sandwiches for themselves and make cereal, little things like that. Otherwise, I'm not even sure if they would have had anything things to eat. Yeah, that bad. There are other moms out there like that. That's what this signature challenge is for. Do you believe that people or moms should receive free housekeeping during this period? Should that be covered with their medical insurance? Because after all, that messes with your mental health. Postpartum depression is not a doctor, again, no medical certifications and degrees or what have you, but from my understanding, from all the reading and research I've done, that's a mental health issue. And having a cluttered space, well, you would have a cluttered mind. Yes, a cluttered space equals a cluttered mind. Not only that, the children growing up in those environments and living in those environments at that time, they're struggling and suffering. They're not doing well in school because they have a cluttered mind because of their cluttered space. It is my belief that 6 weeks for maternity leave is nowhere near enough. Is there a creator out there who agrees with this a little bit? A little bit. Do you have a similar story and you would love to share it and collaborate? Share, like, and comment. Tag some folks, okay? Tag a creator, your favorite creator. Now, what about those who have limited mobility? There are people with limited mobility with various ages. They're born with certain conditions. They lose limbs at some point in their lives. I said I had an uncle who passed 10 to 15 years prior to him passing. He just woke up blind. Now, when he was fully able to see, I still would say this man's house was the cleanest house on record that I've ever been in, that I've ever witnessed. And after that, his house had an odor that smelled very similar to a porta potty. His eyes was gone, but his nose wasn't. So, I'm no doctor, I'm no medical expert, but I would imagine that had to do something with his self-esteem, something with his mental health. If you know of anybody with these stories, or if you have a story not mentioned and it correlates with the housekeeping struggle, please share it to aid in getting the 100,000 signatures. The plan for me, what would I be doing in addition to asking for creators to jump on these lives with me. Okay? I am dropping flyers off at any business that would have a flyer. Okay? I would love it if I can have a area where I can collect physical signatures. Is there a religious center, school, libraries, colleges, homeless or domestic violence shelters where I could collect these physical signatures? What would you get in what can I offer you? Little on me. Well, my idea is my book. I wrote a book that is print to order, okay, via third party. Anybody who purchases a book from me to sign, they can bring it to the org, the location, and they get their book signed. They get $30 off a $300 cleaning, off a $300 service. Okay? They can purchase some merchandise that is print to order via third party. I will not hold any books or merchandise. All of these will be print to order via third party. You purchase the merchandise, you then also can receive an additional $20 off. And because I want to help, really do. My ideas, I have them. The school or the organization, you can receive 10% of my profits. The school, the religious center, library, college, homeless shelter, domestic violence shelter, 10% of my profits from the purchases. And cleaners and clients, I would love it. I would love to be able to clean every home in Western New York. But because I am one person and I cannot do that, that would be impossible. And I also wanted to operate 24 hours, another challenge. So here's my idea. Okay, this is what I'm doing. This housekeeping service will operate very similar to DoorDash. Okay? The first cleaning will be an audition clean. One audition clean per household. Okay? And I would charge $82 for the audition clean. The cleaner then gets $60. So cleaners, do you want to clean? You're not sure? Do you think you can clean? Do you know you can clean? Let's try off the audition clean. $82 for the client. The cleaner gets $60. This content will be then posted on various social media platforms. And the idea will be to have a happy client. The magazine. I also have a magazine that I am working on. I am looking for 715 articles from 715 different people. 65 articles are dedicated just for businesses. Another 65 articles are dedicated just for Black businesses and authors. Now, I have a whole host of interests, and there are 11 articles total, 65 articles per section, and my article plus one will make it 716 articles total for the area code 716. This is these articles, this magazine will be then available global. Okay? I am asking everyone who participates to share the magazine within your network once it's published. And each business who participates, I'm asking you to share this with 10 people whom you think will be interested in writing an article. Now, I'm doing a lot here, and I am only one person. So, I will not be editing a single article, and I would very much rather not have to interview each participant. Okay? So simple. You just send me your article, 200 words, and you get posted. The cleaners. I'm trying to go on my notes in order. I'm also going with whatever pops in my head at the same time. So, the 1099 cleaning marketplace. Like I said that Audition Clean is one time $82 per household of 3 hours. So the cleaner, you're cleaning for 3 hours. The cleaner will then get $60 per for their service, whether they do good or bad. I'm not training you because this is a 1099 job, and I can't train you. This is the why. This is the why. This is the reason for the Audition Clean. Okay? Because we need to see if you can clean. Now, I did saying that, and I know there's going to be older people than me. There was this older lady. I was talking about this with her, and I want to say she was older than my mom. And I am very eco-conscious. I want my cleaners. I'm not telling you what to use to clean with. Okay? I will give you recipes you can use to create your own products. You can also purchase some if you choose to. Okay? Back to what I was saying. Oh, yeah. Talking about this with an older lady. Much older than me. At least my mom's age. This lady's like, oh, yeah. Why can't you use peroxide on colored fabric? And I swear for God, I believe she was serious. But there are people out there. No. If you use peroxide on colored products, you are bleaching or colored fabric, you're bleaching the product. Okay? So I don't want you to go in somebody's house and clean their couch and put peroxide on it. Things like that. I need to see if you understand that without me telling you that. Okay? Okay, so this, like I said, it will be filmed or pictures. Either so cleaner, you can record yourself cleaning. If you have that skill and you know how to record while you're cleaning, I don't. I tried it. You're looking at the ceiling or the floor and you're getting nothing. So if you know how to film yourself cleaning, you can do that. Or to take before and after pictures. If you pass, the audition. The client likes you. Then it's the public likes you. 'Cause I want the public to like you too, because yeah. So yeah. I think I covered everything. Do you know anybody who needs any of this? Do you know anybody who has a story? Share, like, comment. I need some creators. I need some signatures. Thank you.